here. I'm going to do a review of Willie Nelson's autobiography. It's a long story, and my other phone is way over there. Hang on a second. Excuse me. So yes, this book I read on audio, and it was really good because although Willie Nelson does not read the whole book, he reads the introduction, and then the man who reads the book sounds so much like him that you forget. It was really uncanny. But Willie Nelson just had a birthday last month on the 29th, I think, and he's 91 years old. Yeah, August 29th. And I just did a review on Al Pacino's newest autobiography called Sonny Boy, where he does read it, and he just turned, he's like his 80s, 84. And I'm doing these autobiographies and biographies because it's hashtag People April. I'm really enjoying it. I never would have, I mean, I'm a Willie Nelson fan, but I have a lot of albums. I don't have a Willie Nelson album or a CD. Unfortunately, I haven't, read the autobiography now. I will definitely pick one up at the record store for the right price. We have a record store. We have two here in Portland, one in my neighborhood. But getting back to the book, he was born in Abbott, Texas, and he still lives around there, the Waco area. Of course, in Austin too. He's got golf courses, and one of his golf courses, he has an old Western town in it. Now, not the whole town, a big saloon, but then like the stage, the facing of a Western, because he did a Western there. And, but it goes back to his childhood. He had a interesting, like, farm life, loving childhood. His older sister is like a prodigy musician, still is. But Willie could make up songs. That was his forte, even when he was young, very hardworking on a farm and all that. But he could always make up songs, and he collected them like a chapbook of poetry, and said, because country legends back then were putting out like the best of Hank Williams, but they had a certain title of it, and Willie, 6 years old, made up a title of his collected, songs. And that Chet Atkins, the famous guitar player from the 50s, Elvis Presley's guitar player, was very influential, and I mean personally influential with Willie, getting him songs produced and recorded and getting him out there when no one thought. They thought he was more rock genre than country, things like that. Then he's a total crossover now. But he had a wild growing up, grew up fast, started smoking real quick, although cancer runs in his family, lung cancer. But he never, he quit smoking tobacco, quit drinking early on too. But he always, he loves the weeds, still does. I mean, he was an early supporter of NORML, NORML, the National Organization for the Reformment of Marijuana Laws. I remember that back in my undergrad days, God, in the 80s, when it was illegal. And that, my friends I got arrested one time for smoking marijuana in Toledo, Ohio. And we it was just a joint. We threw it on the ground, kept walking. Damn cop found it. I don't want to get into it. And it was like, I don't think we spent time in jail. I know we didn't. We were young. Our parents were probably called, stuff like that. But don't get me started. I love all the backstage stuff and the live performances, and take you up at Farm Aid. And I keep looking over there at my coffee If you like Willie Nelson, you'll love this. Now, I have to admit, uh, the book is not new, and I didn't realize this until like it's okay. I'm gonna regress again for a second. It starts out with his taxes. Remember when he was in all the trouble with the IRS for tax evasion? Well, that's how the book starts. That was 30 years ago when he was in his 60s. And so that kind of ties up at the end, or the ending. And that's why I'm going like, what the heck, But, everybody wanted him to declare bankruptcy, and he had grown, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to give up. And he didn't. What else? He has a new album out this year. It's, I forget what it is. Is it I think it's a type of songbook, recording with other people. He's always been like political and activist. Supports LGBTQ plus organizations. There was he released a song that was kind of like Brokeback Mountain song. You think I'd get it? I was just reading about it. I'll put it up here in the edit. But his guitar Trigger, I've seen YouTube documentaries on that. The guitar that's signed by everybody and is falling apart, and Trigger, named after Roy Rogers' horse. So, glad you're here. Let me know if you're a Willie Nelson fan, if you've ever seen him, care to, whatnot, and I'll talk to you later.